I hope that you're doing well. And in today's lesson, we're gonna take the past continuous tense. Let's see when do we use this tense and how do we use it and the key words or the time expressions while using this tense. Now let's get started with the usages of the past continuous tense. We use it to describe an action that was in progress at a specific time in the past. So, there is an action which is in progress at a specific time in the past, like Mary was working at 10 yesterday. She was doing something at a specific time yesterday. When exactly? At 10 o'clock. So that's why we're using the past continuous tense. Mary was working at 10 yesterday. We can also use the past continuous tense to talk about an action that was in progress when a second action happened. So we have two actions. One of them is a long action, takes long time, and the other action was a short action and it takes a short time. So the short action interrupted the long action, like here in this sentence, I was studying. So I was doing something, I was studying, and you know the verb study, this is a long action because it takes a long time. I was studying. What interrupted me? The fire alarm went off. So, I was studying when the fire alarm went off. As you can see here, we have two actions. The long action was studying, and the short action is the fire alarm went off. So, this is also another usages for the past continuous tense. We also use this tense to talk about two actions that were in progress at the same time in the past, like I was having a bath while my husband was cooking. Here we have two long actions are happening at the same time. That's why we're using the past continuous tense. So I was having a bath. This is a long action. While my husband was cooking, he's doing another long action, which is cooking. Okay? And finally, we use this tense to give background information in a story. Like, it was getting dark, I was walking down the road when I saw a strange man. So, if you are giving background information in a story, you can also use the past continuous tense. Let's see how we form the past continuous tense in the affirmative statements or sentences. Okay, as you can see here, you have the singular pronouns he, she, it, and I. They take was and then the verb plus ing. As for the plural pronouns, we, you, and they, it takes were and then the verb also plus ing. Let's read some examples. I was playing. I, the pronoun I, takes was and the verb here plus ing. I was playing. You were playing. So you, the pronoun you, take were and then the verb plus ing. You were playing. He, take was. He was playing. Okay? Let's read other more examples. I was playing badminton at this time yesterday. I was, and then the verb playing in the gerund form. She was cycling at 9 a.m. yesterday at a specific time in the past. That's why we're using the past continuous tense. She was cycling at 9 a.m. yesterday. They were playing table tennis at 6:30 last night. As for the negative form, we simply write a word made up of three letters after was and were. We write not, N-O-T or N''T. This is for the contraction form. As you know the pronouns I, he, she, and it, take was, and then you write not, so you have wasn't or was not. For the pronouns we, you, and they, it takes were, so you have weren't or were not. This is for the negation or the negative form. Let's read the example here. I wasn't playing. You weren't playing. Let's read other more examples. You weren't watching television last night. They weren't studying math yesterday. I wasn't washing the dishes when the phone rang. As she wasn't reading the book, Alice came. So, as you notice here, we have were not, was not. This is the negative form. Let's move to the interrogative form. For yes or no question, we start with was or where. Then we write the subject, and the subject could be a pronoun or a noun. After that, we write the verb in the gerund form plus ing. As you can see here, was she studying? Yes, she was, or no, she wasn't. Were you playing? Yes, I was, or no, I wasn't. What about the double H question word? We start with the double H word. After that, we write was or were, then the subject, then the verb in the gerund form plus ing. So, let's read one of these examples. When were you cooking? When were you cooking? I start with when, the double H word, where, because here we have the pronoun you, and then the verb cooking, the verb plus ing. We have some time expressions or some key words for the past continuous tense. Let me read some examples for you and then let's find out where is the key word for this tense. Granddad was sleeping yesterday at 8 o'clock. What do you think about the key word for the past continuous tense? Yes, you're right. It's at 8 o'clock yesterday, the specific time in the past. Or, we have another example. While Part was playing, someone stole his money. Where's the key word for this tense? Excellent. This is while. While Part was playing, he was doing a long action, playing. Someone stole his money. This is the other action that interrupted his action. Someone stole his money. I was trying to fly when it began to rain. I was trying to fly, this is a long action, and when it began to rain, this is the short action that interrupted my action. So when and while, this is a key word for the past continuous tense. Mo was working while Hammer was skating. So here also while, when, as, these are keywords for the past continuous tense.